Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you don't remember, my name is Zara and today I have got a different type of video for you today. It is 10 tips for dating as a parent. Hard, I know. Especially as a single parent. The most difficult thing to do, I know from personal experience. So, I know how hard it is myself, so I thought, why not share it with you? 10 tips for dating. Let's get to it. Tip number 1, and I think the most important, make sure that you're taking care of yourself. You're thinking about what it is that you want. You're bettering yourself, working on yourself, whether that be going to the gym or doing meditation, doing something to improve your mental, emotional and physical well-being. That's key. There's no point going into dating but you're not emotionally, physically and mentally prepared. Are you able to give up a piece of you, some time, or some of your time for someone else? And also a part of that is about making sure that you're over your previous relationship. Are you personally ready to move on? Have you completely let go of everything that was to do with that past relationship? Because if you're not, then it may not be the right time to be dating. It's just not. Because you may end up bringing a lot of the issues that you had in your previous relationship into the new one, and then that doesn't benefit you or them. And another part of that also is, don't feel that because your ex, either your child's mother or father or just an ex-partner is in a new relationship, that you need to be in a new relationship. That's not the case at all. You have to do it when you're ready. Tip number 2. What are the qualities that you want in a partner? That's essential. Because what you don't want to do is settle. Especially settle in just because you feel lonely or you just want some company. Think about what qualities that you want. Do you want them to be trustworthy? Do you want them to be brilliant with children? Really think about it before you start getting into anything. Tip number 3. Are your children ready? Are your children ready for you to introduce someone new into both of your lives, or all of your lives if you have more than one child? Are they emotionally ready for a new person in their lives? Some people may think that that isn't important, that children will adapt, but if especially if it's quite fresh, the previous relationship, maybe with their mother or with their father, and they're not quite over the fact that you split up, is it the right time for you to be dating or getting into a new relationship? I'm not telling you what to do, but it's something to consider. And speak to them about it. Not necessarily about dating, obviously, but if they have any apprehensions or fears, especially if they're an older child that is able to understand, do they still have questions for you about the previous relationship? Open the dialogue, speak to them. Tip number 4. Try to attend activities and places that you enjoy. That way you can meet like-minded people who share your interests. So if you do meet someone, at least you have a foundation. You both share the same type of interest. That way you can go on dates to do with whatever activity it is that you both enjoy. I think that's a good place to meet people too. There's no point meeting someone at a bar and you don't really like to drink and they do, and they're constantly going to a bar, then what common interest do you have? Think about that. Tip number 5. Take your time. So even if you do meet someone and you start speaking to them, you may be really interested in them, you may even see a future with them, but take your time. Make sure that you're compatible. Make sure that that really is the right person for you. Get to know them and ask the right questions. You know, when you're speaking on the phone or if you do meet up, ask the right questions to get the answers that you need to make sure that person's right for you. Okay. Tip number 6. Consider when it's the right time to introduce your new partner, if you do meet someone, to your children. That is such a personal thing. No one can tell you when the right time is. It's something you have to consider for yourself. And it's only you know your child, so you should know, or you will know, when that time is right for them. Yeah? Some people do believe that you should introduce your kids to, you know, someone that you're seeing or someone you're in a new relationship with straight away, so that then it can kind of let you see if that person's really right for you, because whether your child gets on with them, it can be a big deal. But at the same time, if you establish later on down the line that that person isn't right for you, then how many people are you introducing to your child? Then it becomes a bit more complicated, and then it may affect your child. So it's something to think about. Tip number 7. Similar to my previous video, if you've seen it, finding time to date, can be difficult. There's a lot to think about. Babysitters and whether you've got time anyway. Do you have time in your personal life to date? You have to think about that. But what I'd say is make time. Just like with my last video, it's all about you time that we all need as parents. We all need that time for ourselves. So dating can be a part of that time that we make for ourselves too. Tip number 8. I know some people worry about dating when they have a child or children. Some people feel like it's going to be harder for them to meet someone because they have children. But then you should also think, if that person that you meet has a problem with the fact that you have children, or doesn't understand the fact that you can't dedicate all your time to them because you have children, then maybe they're not right for you, and maybe you need to move on. Number 9, I hold this quite dear. Don't look at other people's relationships and wish you had what they have. Don't do it. Not only will it make you feel a certain way, maybe low, unhappy, maybe miserable, they go through their own problems, issues and struggles like every other relationship. Don't think that just because those two people have met and on the outside it seems like everything's so good and they get on so well and they do this together and they go here together and they buy so much things for each other that the relationship's great. It doesn't mean that at all. Because behind closed doors, it could be another story. Concentrate on what you want from your relationship and meeting the right person for you. And finally, tip number 10. Don't expect your relationship to solve everything. Being in a relationship with someone should just be a bonus to everything you've already established. Your partner should just help you to continue to accomplish your goals and add to those that you've accomplished. They shouldn't be the reason why everything is resolved that may be an issue for you in your life or an issue with your emotional well-being. They should add to you, make you happier, and just be someone that you can share your love, your time and company with. It should always be fun. And if it isn't, it's not the right relationship. There's so much people in this world that we don't have to settle. We don't have to be with someone just because we're lonely, just because we think that that's the type of person that we should be with. Be with someone that puts a smile on your face, makes you laugh till your belly hurts, and someone you can talk to about your deepest and darkest fears, thoughts, emotions, whatever. Good luck, everyone, and I hope you all find the loves of your lives. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.